What is up, guys? This is Xenocorpse here, and welcome to my new channel. Now, if you're wondering who I am and you've never met me before, which is quite likely because my old channel really didn't have that many subs, I am Xenocorpse, and I typically play Minecraft, and I do quite a few things, and I've been playing Minecraft since 2011. And that is obvious because this map right here was created all the way back in 2011, back during the beta 1.8.1 phase of the game. So, I figured today to introduce myself to all of your new faces who are probably clicking on this channel wondering what I'm about, I'll show you my first world in Minecraft to just kind of show you exactly how I've come up as a Minecrafter and just kind of show you some of my history. Now, as you can see, this is a very classic style of building here in the background. This is old school Minecraft stuff, and it really speaks for itself here. And as you can see, I am in creative world, and the majority of this world was built in creative mode. But that's because when we built this world, that was in 2011, like I said, which was 9 years ago. And 9 years ago, well, do the math, 21 minus 9, I was 12. So, yeah, I was young whenever we first started this. It was me, my younger brother Electro, and my dad, and we started this world right here, I'm pretty sure. Now, the seed over time has changed, and that pillar over there is actually the marker of our spawn point for this world, but I'm actually pretty certain that when we first started this world, we spawned along this river, and we walked it a little bit and created a little bit of an indentation underneath the ground here. And this is where we spent our very first night in Minecraft. And we did play our first couple nights in survival, which is why this is just a little area here that's been cleared out, and it's just kind of right here, you know, for history's sake. And it's been cleared out of all of our survival goodies. All the survival stuff has been gotten rid of since the survival days, which were very few and far between. But after we built this castle up here on top of the hill, we went to creative mode because my dad did, and then my little brother griped about not being able to build in creative mode like my dad, and then I joined the bandwagon, and here we are. So this is my room, and recently added carpet to it, but it originally was just this, with this chest here. And then you come around here, and this is Electro's old name and my dad's username here. And like I said, I've just recently added carpet here in the colored beds. And then you'd come out upstairs. This door wasn't originally here, and then we just have like a little roof area. Well, then we expanded over here, and we started creating a little area over here. My brother built this hotel here, and he really liked putting his name on things. He was much younger than me, and he loved putting his name on things. So this was his castle. That's how he spelled his name. He forgot the O. And that was his throne that he called it. And then over here up his staircase he had an armament room. And he liked his throne so much he put a window so he could see it from the top floor as well. And yeah, and then we just had a little access from the roof here. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And then you come back down, and he had a little garden out here. Not really a garden, but he had a sheep out here. And I came out here once in survival, and a creeper walked around here and blew up next to me and killed his poor sheep. Underneath here is still is still the old pieces of the sheep here. It's just been so old that the flesh is rotten, but still sheep flesh here. And that was added recently. That's not actually the wool that the sheep dropped all those years ago, but it was created out of a joke. And ever since that point, there's this running gag between me and him where if he creates a sheep called Sasha, I somehow accidentally kill it, and he never forgives me for it. Yeah, so we move on to this little area here, this little garden here, and we have this little area. I built this little house here. I thought it was pretty cool. Figured it was kind of a jail right here. That's still the old red bed right there. And then you just climb the ladders because I liked having like high up views and stuff of this area. And yeah, it was pretty. And we built like a graveyard for our actual family members who passed away over there in the corner. I'm not really gonna show that off because of privacy issues, but yeah, this is Electro's first little hotel he built, and for some reason he figured he'd count all the rooms that he had in here. And yeah, so each floor has a couple of rooms, and they're very mildly decorated. Some of them actually do have some windows and stuff, and some of the staircases are quite jank. Like, we have stairs, but then we have to hop up these. We have a pretty empty room here, pretty empty room here, and then up here we have to do a little bit of a parkour jump to get to the next floor, because that's just how stairs worked in this building. And then we have another area here. For some reason, the beds are up on this level, and then we have a crafting bench, furnace, and a chest here, and then over here we have just another little basic room. And then we go up the stairs here. No parkour this time, but we've got really cool windows. We have chests and stuff up here, but you can't actually access the chest. I don't know what he was thinking. A good view of this little area here. And then over here, same kind of little setup here. And then we go upstairs again, and more rooms, and then we keep going. We got another parkour here, and another room here, and another room here. Don't know why you'd want people sitting here watching you sleep, but you can in this hotel, apparently. And then we have the last floor of rooms, so this one, and then over here, which actually has a balcony right here, looking over nothing. But you can see the store pretty well. And you also got a good view of that tower, which we will come to eventually. And yeah, this is the most pretty room. And then we have roof access. And now this right here is actually kind of like a monument. So my dad came up here and built this thing because it was as high as you could build back in the day. As you can see, back in the day of old Minecraft, the build height was right here below the clouds at the 128 block mark. So if we go into F3 here, I hop up and you'll see on top of the torch is 128. Any higher than that and you couldn't build. But now, in Minecraft, this version, you can go up to twice that height. And as you can see, we have actually taken advantage of that in our future little towns and stuff. But this is just a little cool area. Nothing in here. We've just got a sign that says this is a historical monument, marking the old beta 1.8 build height. And yeah, we can just climb back down the ladder and get back out of here down this way. Now, of course, we could all fly since we were in creative, so we hardly ever used the ladders, but we installed them anyway. Yeah, and then we have, like, this, past the graveyard here, we have this little upstairs area, which actually goes down to the bottom area, which is empty for some reason. Don't know why it's there, but, and then we have this downstairs area, which would go up into this diamond room with a bunch of beds in it and a chest. And, yeah, we used to watch a series called Shadow of Israphel by the Yogscast, which I will link down in the description below, and it's what got us into this beautiful game of Minecraft. And underneath it is a little secret tunnel, and it says, I will return, Israphel. So yeah, and the chest is empty, so this is just a little Easter egg. We loved that series. It's a shame the series had to end abruptly, but it did. And there's nothing we can really do about it. I'm just really appreciative that it showed us this beautiful game. And now we come over here to this last area of this area, and of course, my brother, he had to build a temple for himself, and he named these areas the River of Gratitude and the River of Hope. Wouldn't call these rivers. Definitely wouldn't call that one hopeful. And, you know, here's the same kind of throne here, and it's got a little backside to it as well, so yeah, this is just his little temple, and it was kind of cool. But as you get... Ooh, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, this is like the old version of the game, and, you know, we built a store, but before we renovated this store, it was decrepit and old and broken down and not actually used in an empty building, and it was dark in here. I recently came back and renovated it and turned it into kind of like a grocery store like you'd find at Walmart or Kroger or something like that. And you just chuck that on there, and it would just go all the way down to the end, and the person would be over here bagging it or whatever. And then, of course, we have the lights to let you know which cashier is open, and all the little shopping aisles, and we have the freezer section. And then we even have a little management area over here, which goes upstairs and looks out over the entirety of the store, has a desk here, and then the big manager's desk chills right there, so yeah. And then we also have like another little employee room in here, which is empty, but yeah. And that was recently renovated, but it used to be old, and that word was kind of distorted and stuff. Now this right here is a pretty funny one. It's kind of ugly, and there's a good reason behind it. Electro decided to use a whole bunch of random different block palettes and create something that we deemed the Fairy Barf Tower, and it there's so many ugly colors everywhere. It looks like a fairy just vomited on the floor. And that's why we called it the Fairy Barf Tower. But back in the day, it was really cool because there wasn't that big of an option of blocks. Like back in Beta 1.8, this is what these blocks, this is all the blocks we had back in Beta 1.8. The Nether was just added, so this is the only Nether blocks that we had. The Obsidian, the Glowstone, and the Netherrack. And then, and then we come up here, and he had a little jacuzzi. And then for some reason, he built like an external staircase here with like a lookout point right here. And now moving on, we have this tower here. It's nothing, out of the ordinary. We just have a shack here for some reason. And then we have this right here, which just has a staircase going all the way up to the top. And yeah, just a little glass room. We were really good at building towers and stuff, but we weren't really good at giving them purpose. And as you'll see later, all of these little buildings are connected via like underground tunnels and stuff. And this right here even leads outside, as it's the back door, which leads down into a recreation of our house that we used to live in at the time, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to show it off in case someone recognizes it, but yeah. And then we have the King's Castle, which is built by my dad, and he spelled out the word king in glass right here, and it was really cool. I thought it was a really cool build at the time. I think it still is. It's kind of off-center, but, it still looks really cool. And you can get to it via the underground tunnel system, or you can go through this door right here. But yeah, the underground tunnel system, our old mine used to be right here. This is where we would go to mine. And if you come down here, you'll see that there's the way to the King's Castle, and that's the way to that house. But this was our staircase down, and it just led everywhere. Like our little mine shaft areas just go on for ages and ages. See, we had a room down here with a pig who is still here to this day. Poor pig has been trapped in this pen underground for 9 years. That poor piggy. We had a little mining area here, and it just keeps going down and down and down. There's so many tunnels through here that I couldn't take you down all of them possibly. They just go for miles and miles every which way, and I get lost in this place super easy, so I'm just going to break out real quick. And yeah, so we have a big tunnel of underwater or underground systems. We also have like this area here, which has a staircase up next to this waterfall thingy. We were fascinated with having water flow through things, so we had like water starting up here in this area somewhere. I don't know where, but it starts up here somewhere and flows down this way. Yeah, right there is where it starts. And it flows down this way. And yeah, it just kind of flows through here and meets the river, which I think is really cool. See, here's another one of those underground tunnels right here. Just looks out into the river. It's fascinating. And this was all of the Beta 1.81 stuff originally. And the last thing we did back in Beta 1.8.1 is we created this area called Progress Drive. It was recently named. And you come underground through this tunnel, and you see there's a sign to Medieval City and a sign to Jenkins City, which is ultimately what this whole place is called. And you come up here, up these stairs, follow this path right here, blah, 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 blah. You go through the backyard, and you'd enter New Jenkins City. Yeah. And we've got a church, McDonald's, a boat here. We got statues up there. A lot of these buildings here were here since the Beta 1.8.1 days, but of course we've updated a couple of them. This McDonald's now has concrete on it, and it still needs a renovation. It's kind of ugly, I think, but this is still the same as it was back then. It's still really cool, I think. The J wasn't there. That was added recently as well. But all these statues are also new. As you can see, it's got the end crystal up here along with all of these statues here. We got a statue that fell at this point here. That's kind of what that's showing there. Down here, you can see pieces of it. And as you can see, there's a lot of scars on the land where my younger brother got bored of building after this little town here and decided he was going to blow a lot of stuff up. So he blew up a tunnel all the way down to the past the bedrock down there, and then broke through the bedrock. He blew up another tunnel over here as well that we have since filled in with lava, and just so many scars on the land of where TNT blew up everywhere. But yeah, this over here, there's just a bunch of buildings. A lot of them are empty. This is Electro's house, as you can see. That's when he's kind of got his name as Electro. The firehouse, and just office space that's not used. Then we have the police department, which actually used to be my house back in this area, and now it's the police department. And you could see that this is the visitor center. We have a little petting zoo in the backyard, and then up here we've got Detective Zeno and Detective Hexo desks. Really cool. That was recently renovated. It used to look like crap, so. And this is Electro's old house, still in the state it was in. Chicken still stuck under here. Israphel face. And then, for some reason, you guys remember Sasha the sheep? Well, here's Sasha the fourth. She has yet to perish, and I'm probably not going to kill her because I've killed 3 other renditions. Some on purpose, but most of them on accident. And yeah. And this is where our old beta 1.8 area just ended. This was the old Minecraft for us, and for a while we didn't touch this world, and one day I got the inspiration to come in and build this bridge, and we built a house right here. And this was my house, the neighborhood district. We called it Crater Valley Road because back in the day when Electro was blowing up stuff, this whole area used to be just a big crater, scarred with explosions from the old TNT, and over time, we fixed all the holes and built houses on it. Now it's just beautiful. This is our neighborhood area. I built this house, and Hexo built one completely identical to that one next door. And it's so cool because when I built it, I was following a tutorial on YouTube. I didn't actually come up with this on my own. But it has a kitchen, and then over here we got a bathroom. We've got heads mounted on the mantle, and then we come over here and we've got my bedroom. And this is actually the Waka Islands symbol. If you guys don't know, I created a map called Waka Islands, and it's got, oh, what's this? Oh, this is the attic. I forgot you could access the attic. See, I still forget things about this world. But yeah, I created a survival map back in the day called Waka Islands. It got over 1 million downloads, which is probably the most successful I think I've ever been. But yeah, we head downstairs, and now we've got the downstairs area, and we've got my first wither skeleton, and these are fake dates because Minecraft didn't exist back in 1998 and stuff like that. But we have a little storage room here. We have a ice hockey, pool, and table tennis. We've got another bathroom, and then we've got another bedroom here. So yeah. And then behind this painting is, I believe somewhere, yeah, a secret little underground railroad over to Hexo's house. And it goes down to Hexo's basement. So you'd come through his basement. He's got pretty much the exact same setup as me, except it's slightly different. His storage room is slightly different. And yeah, he's got a couple of levers everywhere. And you can hear pistons doing things. And once you open all the pistons, it opens this secret room here. Which is a reference to our old channel, Corpse Entertainment, or CE Studios as it's called now, and it's a reference to Black Rose. And yeah, and then like back behind this we have a bunch of, this is where I don't know, I forgot what they called this. It's like the place where they open the door and slide the body out, you know. I don't know what it's called, maybe the morgue, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a reference to a horror game called Black Rose, and I think I'm just gonna close this back up the way I opened it, and there we go, hidden staircase. And of course he's got the same kind of layout. He's got a kitchen on the other side that's laid out differently. My bedroom don't enter. I'm gonna enter anyways, which actually turns out a lot better than mine, with a attached bathroom. And then you come over to this side, and that's just a public bathroom. And yeah, this is Hexo's house. And it crossed underneath this little area. This is a stables. We've got some named horses here. Mine was Charlie. We've got Boney. And then a graveyard of different horse names and stuff. Pretty cool. And then this area right here. This is Electro's house area. And it used to be a terrible looking house. And then he tore it down and built another, and then that house burnt down, and then he tore it down and built another, and then he tore that down and built this finally, very recently, and it's got a really cool doorbell. yeah, he looked up a tutorial on YouTube on how to do that. And yeah, this is his area. He's got a chandelier. Upstairs, we come up here, and it's unfinished, I think. But he's got a bedroom here, and he's got a patio right here. And then you come over here, and it's just a little public area. And then a little chimney up here, and you've got a redstone? I don't know what that does. And then just another empty room with another balcony. I said patio before, I meant balcony. And then you come downstairs, and he's just got a little living area. Not very decorated. But you go outside, and he's got a nice spacious backyard, and he's even got a secret out here. So if you throw an item in the right spot, it's somewhere, you find this cracked brick, and you'll throw an item out here somewhere between this general area, and you will open up a little secret passageway. There it goes. There we go. And he's got a little underground laboratory under here, which I think is really cool. We've got the cafeteria, which is the only place that's really lit up besides this area here. And then we've got got a barracks here, and we've got food, and we've got over here, we've got another cafeteria. And I believe this was back when he was a big fan of Fallout, so he recreated like his own vault, pretty much, which I thought was really cool. And to go back up, you just remove the item, and there you go. So yeah. And then this was a very, very recent addition to the neighborhood area, and this is dedicated to loving families everywhere. We had an issue with an adoption where I'm not going to go into detail of it, but basically we got into this thing where family and adoption center, and family was important, and trustworthy people were important. So yeah, we had this one person betray our trust and all sorts of crap, and we just decided to build this as a reminder to never forget about the importance of family, and and the importance of adoption for people who really need it. So, but that's that on that. This is the house that we lived in most recently, but we don't live there anymore. This is Corpse Manor, which was built by Electro. He followed a tutorial in the Minecraft building book, and it's got a bunch of references. This right here is my chicken jockey bane, a big reference to my Oasis series back in Corpse Entertainment, where I was constantly attacked by chicken jockeys. This right here is Hexo's hole digger, and it's a reference to the Hexo hole in the Manor Bus Season 1, which again is on our old channel. And then we've got a dog up here, I believe. He's around the corner. Yep, his name is Corpsey, the dog. And then you come up here, and there's a big, big, expansive map of all of the builds that we've done here. And we've just now got to the neighborhood district. This is Medieval City. This is New Jenkins City. This is the neighborhood district. This will be a Corpse Entertainment City, and then we've got Fantasyland past the football stadium, and then we got a castle there. It's going to be awesome. The last thing in the neighborhood district is this modern house built by Hexo, and it's really cool because it used to have a whole bunch of command block based commands that could open and close doors and windows, and this button right here has a pop-up crafting table, which still works. Thought it was really cool. And you come upstairs and you have just a living area here, and then the bedroom. And as you can see, there's still a lot of exposed redstone because while this used to work, it doesn't anymore, which is very sad. But it was a really cool build nonetheless. He even built a working barbecue out in the backyard, which is really cool. You put food in here on the grill, and it'd pop out in this chest. And yeah. So next, we'll head over to Corpse Entertainment City, and after this, we also took another break. And then we came back, and I wanted to build a city with skyscrapers and stuff, because I kept watching people making like city videos and stuff. So I started with this skyscraper, put the Corpse Entertainment logo there. We got a park here, a bank, which is really cool. You come inside of the bank, you make your withdrawals or deposits, whatever. And the cool feature about this bank, which I thought was pretty inventive, is you'd come in, and if you're a teller, you'd work the teller stand. And if someone tried to rob you, well, you press this button, you're safe, and the doors would lock behind the thief, and trapping them in. And the teller could escape through this back door, while the robber would chill out here and not be able to get out because there's no windows that were big enough for him to get out. And the doors are locked, and they're iron, so you can't just punch them down easily, that is. So yeah, it's a cool little security system I came up with command blocks and stuff. It still works, as you can see, and you can come underneath the bank to hit this button right here to reset it. And that opens the doors back up and allows people to enter the bank again, and opens up the teller stands, as you can see. Like that. So that's the bank, and then upstairs we've got like a vault. It was pretty basic way of getting into the vault. You just go up the elevator, and you come around this corner here, and there'd just be rooms here. There'd be a piece of wood here, and the key to this door underneath that desk, and then a piece of wood here for you to make a lever to get into the vault. So that was pretty cool. And then we've got a ladder right here, which leads to the roof of the building, which has a helicopter pad, and even like AC units and stuff, which I thought was really cool at the time. Then we built a parking deck, and the parking deck used to have a pressure plate system where you'd step on the pressure plate and the door would open, but again, it's broken because of the old Minecraft commands aren't compatible anymore, but we had a whole bunch of parking spaces. This took a while to build. And then Hexo's restaurant right here, he called it the Mexican food shit. We have a hospital here, and all of the rooms are decorated as just a bed, a chair, and a TV. And then the upper floor never finished. Now this is the adult portion of this map, so if you're a child watching this, I suggest you skip this part because it's not appropriate. But this right here, this is the parking deck for Electro's little building, and he never finished it. This is Hexo's cathedral, and it looks really cool. I wish he would have finished this, but he was copying it from a video. And this is a secret little pyramid that came back from the beta 1.8 days. We didn't even realize this was here. Someone ended up building it. I don't even know who. But we ended up renovating it, making this mysterious chest thing, and if you come down, this is actually our graves, which was kind of creepy. So, but yeah, this is the... I forgot to show this little pyramid off, but I figured I'd get to it. This is the adult part. Hexo wanted to build a strip club. I came up with the sign. He built the interior. And yeah, he's got a bunch of poles here, and the people would come back here to get ready for the performances and stuff. And then back here is where you'd go to get a lap dance. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It was... It's really cool. I thought the build was really cool, but very not safe for work, that's for sure. And that's pretty much the majority of this Corpus Entertainment City. We've got this bridge here, and then a docks here with a ship that I built, and then a ship that Hexo built, and then we've got a sewer which leads over here past this to the Crying Heart statue. You can see the sewage system just kind of connects up right there. Nothing to it, really. And this skyscraper is pretty much empty until you get to these couple floors here, and then it's empty all the way up. And that's just basically an office building. It's empty. And then we built this. I'm the one who built this. This is an NFL stadium, and I recreated the NFL logo. I was really proud of that logo. We had to have 2 end zones there. Super Bowl was yesterday. That was a really fun Super Bowl to watch. The Chiefs won that game fair and square. And yeah, just a big hollow empty area, and you could come out into the stands right here. And just so many seats, and there's an announcer area. And I love how we named it after Stinky, which is another reference to the Moon or Bust season. So that was pretty cool. And now that's pretty much the end of Corpus Entertainment City. We'll come back and show you what that little crappy shack is all about. But over here, this is just kind of like a hodgepodge area. You'd cross this bridge and you'd see a lighthouse. Another portal through that tunnel, which goes nowhere, and then a little jungle temple with like a trap, so you'd come in, and if you triggered these pressure plates, these pistons would open and sand would fall, closing behind you, and it would light all of the netherrack in all of these little holes here. And yeah, it was a really cool build. Hexo came up with this, and as you can see, it says right here, make a sacrifice to your lord Hexo. You'd press this button, spawns a poor villager, killing him. Poor dude. But yeah, it was just a cool little jungle temple that he built. I thought it was really cool and unique. Really proud of him for that build. And then I'm not sure who built this haunted house up on the hill, but if you look down here, there's like a dead body down in there, and then like a decrepit path which leads up to this haunted house. And the first floor got finished up, as you can see. It's kind of creepy down here. We've got like the kitchen area, and then the living room area with a head mounted on the fireplace. And then you go upstairs, and it's not done. It sucks. But yeah, it was really cool, and I was really proud of whoever built this. I'm not sure who built it. And that's pretty much the end of this area. There's an old Beta 1.8 village, perfectly preserved in time here. As you can see, it's still got all the wheat and the gravel paths. There's no bell here. And it's got the old well here that goes like all the way down here. So I thought it was really cool. Just kind of like a preserve the old days, you know? And then over here you can see that's where the chunk borders kind of got corrupted and the seed changed and it started having chunk errors. So yeah, you can see this world is definitely old. Let's head back over here to Corpse Entertainment City and show you the last thing over there. And then we've got one more place to visit. So this little crappy shack is hiding actually a secret lab. You'd press one of these buttons here, which would place a trapdoor here instead of a grass block. And you'd open it up and come down here into the little secret lab. And you'd hit this button. And you'd have the walls move instead of the door opening, which I thought was really funny. And we just got a whole bunch of villagers down here in our secret laboratory. Electros Lab is that way. Hexo's Lab is that way. I never had an actual lab in here for some reason. But this is Electro's office. And it's overrun by villagers right now. And then you come through this way and you fly down this way to Hexo's office. And he had like a little sign-in book right here and with the time of visitation. And really cool, like, he's got his name on the wall and cool lava flow. And then up here was his little personal experimentation area. He had an office there. You can see all of his experiments here. He's got a villager trapped there, a couple cows, a very angry dinner bone dog, and a couple of Jeb sheep. Yeah, and then you come over here, and then he had a little relaxation area. He's got like a table here for games. He's got like a jacuzzi, TV, and then you come around this way, and you can kind of come over here to a storage area where he also gave you another glimpse of the Jeb sheep. So that's really cool. And then we have one more area of this lab, and that is our little experiments room. You come into this, you'd have to wear a hazmat suit, and then you come in here, and yeah, you could see all these villagers are hard at work doing experiments, and in here is where we had all the stuff for making potions. I thought it was really cool. And the funny thing about this area is it's right underneath the park. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's the lab. It's underneath the park of the city. And then you'd come back out this door here and climb back up the ladder and then reset this so nobody would ever know that the secret lab was here. And that's just a little fireworks display. And yeah, that's all of Corpse Entertainment City. We've got one more place to visit. I'd never really took a look at that pickaxe statue up close, but there it is, just a little pickaxe statue, nothing too fancy. So now, if we come past the football field, we enter an area called Fantasyland, and it's based off of, you know, Disney World's Fantasyland. It's got a roller coaster, a castle, stuff like that. Yeah, this roller coaster actually works, and then you can come to this castle. There's a little archery range there. The castle's really nicely decorated on the inside with the throne room. Got these torches here. And we have a couple of little areas, the Harry Potter hole under the stairs, and you come up here, and there's a little armory here. The armor stands are gone, which sucks, but you come up this ladder here, and this was the King and Queen's bed. Really cool. And then on the other side, you'd cross over this side here, or you take the stairs from the other side, and this was just a little library with a little chamber here. And then you come upstairs here, and this is just a little relaxation room at the top of the tower. Pretty cool. And now there's also a little backstage area to this castle as well. You'd come through here, I think. No, that's under the stairs. It's this one. And then yeah, you come out here, and there's a garden behind the castle. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. And yeah, I tried to recapture the old magic of the original 1.8 Beta 1.8 world, sorry, and built something like this as a reference to it, and yeah. And then we kind of were into roleplay at the time, so we built like this smithing co, and then yeah, and this was our last area that we built. And now the really cool part about this world is we installed teleporters, so you can hit the teleporter button, and it'd take you to this little hub, and you can go to any part of the city you want to, including survival mode. You'd hit this button, it'd clear your inventory and take you and put you in survival mode. And yeah, this is our little survival area here. We haven't done much out here, but it's legitimate. We've mined all this stuff from this mine shaft down here. So yeah, a very legitimate survival area. And then you press this button to go back to Jenkins City, put you back in creative mode, and it also clears your inventory. So you've got to be careful with that. And yeah, so now you're back here, and then you just go to Medieval City where it all started. And every little spot has got a teleporter like that. So you go to Corpse Entertainment City. Teleporter's right here by the hospital. You go back to the hub. You go to the neighborhood area right here behind my house and the stables. So yeah, that's what these little shacks are. They take you to the teleporters. But yeah, let's go back to where it all started. But yeah, this is my very first world in Minecraft. And I mean it when I say very first world. When I first started this game, my dad bought it for me, had it pulled up on my computer for me, and it was this world on an old server. I never showed you Cinderella's Castle back there, but that's just a duplicate of a YouTube video that I saw, so that's Cinderella's Castle from Disney World. But yeah, this is just my very first world I've ever played on. It is the first thing I ever touched, the place where I spent my first night in survival, and it's the place where I've done the majority of my builds, and I love it. I've never shown it off, and I've been doing YouTube for years. So I'm glad to finally show this off and use this as a little introductory video to kind of explain who I am, what I'm about. You know, this is what I've done in Minecraft, and it's not just me. This is my family. This is a family world. It's not like my friends. This is family, like my cousin, my brother, my dad. You know, this has history, and it means so much to me. This world does. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the world tour. I really appreciated you guys staying to this point if you did. So yeah, if you're still here, just try and stay for this little last bit. I'm not going to beg you to subscribe. I really don't care about that much. I just, just want to spend some time and ask you, do you have your own very first thing you've ever done in Minecraft? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys have kind of opened your eyes and seen what my first Minecraft experience was like. It's beautiful to have something like this to look back on, and I'm really glad I get to share it with someone now. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I said I wouldn't beg you for subs, but if you really did like it and you want to see more, why not? Who knows what you'll find on my channel. I'm not going to be all cringy and YouTuber-y and stuff, be like, hey, hit the subscribe button, hit like that like button. No, I know I'm asking you to hit the subscribe button, but only if you want to, because you are beautiful and you deserve the world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. You rock.